of the land we're meeting on, the Wangal people. We wish to acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and the contribution they make to the life of this city and this region. We would also like to acknowledge and welcome other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who may be attending today's event.
Time just clicks.
6,
It just
5, 4,
so many years have gone by for some reason. Nothing significant has happened for you. Just clicks. It just clicks. This is your chance. This is your chance to do something great. This is your chance to do something special.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Acn International event in Sydney. Please welcome Acn co-founder, Mr. Mike Coopers.
Good afternoon. Are you guys ready for a great weekend, yes or no? Well, you know, this afternoon we like to start off. We call this a special leadership training day. You're going to get a chance to hear from some of the top people, and they're going to tell you and explain to you the things that you need to know to be successful. Today, I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. I'm actually going to be one of the trainers this afternoon, which I'm excited about. But listen, this weekend is all about learning. It's all about raising your belief and capturing a vision so you understand what the full potential of this opportunity can mean for you and your family. Are you guys ready for that, yes or no? But after this weekend is over, it's not just about feeling good. It's about going back and taking what you get here, what you learn here, how you transform here. It's about going back to your respective city, your state, or your country. It's about going back and making a difference. Can you guys do that? Are you guys ready for the challenge? Are you guys ready to get started?
We sure you are.
Guys, please help me show my appreciation to the four gentlemen, the co-founder who created this opportunity for us. Can we just say big thank you? Thank you, ACN! One more time, thank you, ACN!
Thank you, ACN!
Thank you, ACN!
Thank you, ACN!
Just over here, thank you, ACN! Amazing, guys. It's my absolute pleasure and privilege to be here and sharing with you a little insight of my journey, my story, and also the information about the opportunity, why we are excited, why we are here today. Now, let's say the day I started this business, I didn't understand anything. I didn't know anything about the opportunity. I didn't know anything about the business. But the day I saw the opportunity, I am super crazy excited from the really day one. Now, not knowing the business and not understanding the opportunity, All right. Now, not knowing the business, not understanding the opportunity, and English is my second language. I never went to the English medium school in my country, and now it's my privilege standing here in front of you and sharing some information in English. Isn't that incredible? Still, you can see I'm nervous. Yes? But it's my absolute pleasure to be here, and let me share with you a little information about my background. You can see my name is Mr. Rimal. I'm over from Nepal. And in a place in the room. And exactly I started learning English from year 4, right? And that's the reason you can feel my situation right now. But somehow I made it, isn't it? Excellent. Now, back to my country. I've got my parents there, still living there, and I moved to Australia as an international immigrant, and I struggled a lot in the initial days. Somehow my wife was supporting me, helping me, and then we struggled initial days, but still I just managed it to establish here. I became an Australian citizen and bought a house, bought a car, because finished studying in IT industry. I became an IT engineer, started working in the education industry. Somehow everything was good, but only one part I was not happy, because I need to make someone rich by working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And I was looking for something. One of my friends came to me and asked me simple questions. Are you looking any other opportunity? Are you looking any other ways to make extra money? And then I said, if it's legal, I don't have any problem. I make a decision. I right away went to one of the information session. It makes sense to me, because people, all of us, what industry we are in, what opportunity we have globally, and it makes sense to me. I make a decision right away, and today I'm standing here as a regional vice president, and business in 8 different countries, and over 11,000 customers.
Wait, what? You made something.
I'm in trouble. Do we have anyone from Perth? The most excited bunch out there. Can we give a round of applause to these people? Guys, it's my absolute honor and privilege to be on the stage. In fact, I'm humbled to be on the stage. But before I get started, I just want to give it back to the Lord for giving me the opportunity. And also, I just want to give it back. I believe gratitude is one of the most healthiest elements every human being has. So with an attitude of gratitude, I just want to give it back to our ACN co-founders for creating a platform like ACN, where we can touch people, where we can help people, where we can bless people. So can we please help us show appreciation to ACN co-founders, which is close to my heart. So for those of you who don't know me, is it okay? Can I share my story with each and every one of you? Yeah, so I got started in 2009. How I got started in 2009 is one of my ex-workmates from Auckland, New Zealand. By the way, I'm a Kiwi. Living in Australia as an Aussie, but I'm from a very small country called India. So I call myself a Kiwi Aussie Indian, Indian Aussie Kiwi. I don't know how to say myself, right? So, he actually attended his first international event, and on Sunday, before he flew back to New Zealand, he actually caught up with me for a coffee. And he said to me that we met up in Sydney, and he said to me that you're going to be Indian Donald Trump. To be honest with you guys, I don't know who Donald Trump was at the time, 10 years ago. But the only thing he did is he gave me ACN's magazine and ACN video. I self-invited myself to one of the opportunity meetings 10 years ago. And because of the decision, I have seen what the company can potentially give me and my family, and I got started. Now, when I got started in this business, I'll be honest with you. The first thing they said is, you need to know a lot of people. Then I looked at myself and my wife. We migrated from New Zealand to Australia, and the only person I knew in this country is my wife. And they said that you have to, after attending my first training, they said you need to bring somebody. Yes, I took her with me. And they said you have to sign up your guest. Yes, I did sign her up as my first independent business owner. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I have no experience in business. I knew no one in this country. I have no credibility. I have no influence. I knew nothing about the industry. But because of this incredible ACN system, I became a true bright product of ACN system, where I plugged myself in, I became a humble student, I followed the system. Now because of the system, we have built a multi-million-dollar business with hundreds and thousands of business partners, over 100,000 customers. You know, it's all because of ACN system. A person like myself, an immigrant, English is not even my first language. If I can do this, every single person in this room can do
Good afternoon, ACN. How are you? I can't hear you. How are you? I still can't hear you. How are you? Guys, first of all, thank you so much for the warm welcome that you guys have just shown me. I am super excited this afternoon to be here, especially when I got a chance to talk on a topic that has really had an impact in my Asian journey. I really got excited. Guys, just before I get into my topic, just want to share some of the details about myself. Is that okay with you guys? The reason being, the person who you are seeing me on stage today is not the person who I was yesterday. See guys, I am an international immigrant who migrated from a beautiful country called Nepal over 6 years ago. Any immigrants in the arena? Lot of immigrants. Let me ask you another question. Is there anyone from Nepal in this hall? See guys, that's the reality. Not just in this hall, but all over Australia, there are a lot of immigrants, especially from third world countries like Nepal. We come to this blessed country, Australia, with a hope to do something better in life. How many of you agree with me to leave behind your childhood memories, to leave behind your parents, and to be in this foreign country is a really hard, tough job for us? Do you guys agree with me? Yes. But we do make that sacrifice with a hope to do something very big in life. See guys, I was just one of them, just like you. And I came to this country 6 years ago with my wife. So before coming to Australia, my wife, she's from a physiotherapist background, and I used to do some small business in my country. See guys, before coming to Australia, we were making some good money. Money was never the problem. But what we believed was, with the kind of education we had, with the kind of degree we had, we always believed that there's some massive opportunity waiting for us. So we realized if we stay in Nepal, we're not gonna be exploring those opportunities. So 6 years ago, me and my wife decided to migrate to Australia. Guys, I was really excited. You know, as an immigrant, you guys know, you guys can relate my story with you guys, especially as an immigrant, how we think. You know, what we think, how my parents thought, all my relatives thought, was Australia is a land of opportunities. Normally, how we see from our home country is, definitely there should be a tree that yields dollars. You know, all you have to go is go out there and just pick the dollars, send home, stay relaxed. That's how we immigrants see these blessed countries. I was exactly one of you guys. And when I came to Australia 6 years ago, as soon as I landed from the airport, the first thing that I went out to do was start searching for the trees that would yield dollar. Guys, but I didn't find any trees that would give me dollars. And you know, and I soon realized when I saw the people from our country, they were struggling very badly out here. We were all doing all those laborious jobs, and I didn't want to surrender myself. I felt I'm not in Australia to do all this kind of a job that I'd never done in my home country. I started looking for a job that would suit my qualification. But the reality was, I was jobless 1 whole month in Australia. And that's when I realized if I do not surrender myself to reality, I will end up being a broke person in Australia with my wife behind me. And that's when I decided to surrender myself to reality, and I started doing all the odd jobs that was offered to me. I did all those kind of a job that I'd never dreamed of doing in my home country. But for the sake of survival, I did everything. And eventually, after being in Australia for a couple of years, my wife, she gave birth to a beautiful child, and I became a father. Any father in the hall? So you guys can understand the excitement of being a parent. I was really excited, but very soon I realized that along with the birth of my baby came some additional responsibilities under my shoulder. So for me to take care of my family, I had to work even more harder. My wife stopped working. I was working in 2 jobs at the moment. As soon as I stopped working after the birth of my child, I started working in 3 different jobs. I was working in the hospitality sector as a room attendant. I was working in the racing industry as a stable hand. And I was also working in a warehouse called Toll. I was working in 3 different jobs, 6 to 7 days continuously. How many of you agree with me that's not a very fun situation to be in? True? You guys agree with me? Yes. And I have to tell you one thing, guys. I used to work so hard. I used to wake up in the morning at around 3 a.m., go to multiple jobs, and I used to come home late night at around 11:30. The reason why I was working so hard was I was working for my baby. But every single time I go to work in the morning, I find my baby, she's still sleeping. And when I work in multiple places, come home late night, what I see is my baby is still sleeping. It's not that she didn't wake up the whole day. She did wake up. She did all her regular activities. But the sad part of the story was, I was not there with her to spend any single moment with her. And it was really hurting me. In fact, had someone asked me at that period of time, how tall is your baby? My answer would be, she is this tall, not this tall. The reason being, every single time I saw her, I always saw her sleeping. That was my story. And exactly 3 years ago, a friend of mine asked me a simple question. Hey Sanjay, do you look at any other ways to generate some extra income? I said, if that's legal, I'm absolutely looking for something. The reason being, what was going through my mind at that time was, at least if I can quit one of my shifts and spend those couple of valuable hours with my family, that would mean a world to me. And I was invited to a presentation. I went there, saw the information, got started 3 years ago. But then, in my initial days, I did struggle badly. It made sense to me, but I don't know, for some reason I was not growing. Until 2 years ago, there was a Sydney International event. So my friend, Mr. Vishnu Rimal, he dragged me to that international event 2 years ago. Anyone being dragged today in this arena? Guys, let me tell you one thing. In a couple of years from now, you guys will be thanking the person who dragged you to this event. Because I'm the product of that case. Because I was dragged to an event in Sydney. Then when I saw my vision, my vision went big. But the big thing is, there was a topic that was being taught that day. There was a specific speaker who was speaking on a topic. And what he was telling is connecting with people. It's all about connecting with people. I learned so much information from that topic 2 years ago that when I came out of that arena, I straight away implemented whatever I learned from that arena. And as a result of that, from a struggling executive team leader, I built a business with being a regional vice president in the next 1.5 years, coming out of that event. And guys, that's what I'm going to train you guys. What I am.
Regional Vice President, Rupinder Batra.
Namaskar and good afternoon, Acn. They were telling me backstage today I'm going to talk for next 30 minutes with incredible ASEAN family. They were talking me backside. I'm going to talk with the serious people and a crazy people like me today for the next 30 minutes. But I'm not feeling that. You know, I want to make sure you are crazy like me. I want to make sure that am I on the right place? But I still want to make sure that. Would you mind to guys please all stand up? I'm not going to say to give a massage to each other, and then I have made mistakes as well. But the most best thing I did, I have learned. So my name is Rupinder Kaur Batra, a regional vice president of this incredible company. And first, today I'm so excited to be on stage. For that, I just would like to thank you to all co-founders and my mentor and VP of Sales, Mr. Mark Munzai. The other things you won't get here if a team of incredible people put you here. So today I'm representing Team Champions. Thank you so much, guys. Because of you, I'm here. So listen the instructions, please. Here I'm going to play one game with you. So you got already balloons in your hand. And whoever left last, I'm going to check their patience actually. How much patience does they have? Whoever left last with air-filled balloon, that person is a winner. Okay? Got it? So I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds. You need to keep your balloon as it is to win this game. Alright? What? So who left? So who's the winner? So you guys don't have a patience, huh? So the thing is that, guys, think about it for 1 second. If you wouldn't use your brain and follow the instructions and follow the system, what it's saying to you, you all would have been winner. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
From Vice President of Sales, Mr. Mark Munzai.
What a day! I mean, that has been fundamentally the most fantastic start to event we have had in a long time. I mean, think about it. We're in a unique setting. I mean, how amazing has the setting been for all of us today? You liked it? It's been fantastic, you know. I'd just like to take a moment to acknowledge the lady who was presenting here before me. Can you believe that was Regional Vice President Rupinder Bantra's first training event at an international event? So can you please help me hand it back to her? I really thought she did a great job. All right, also today we had some amazing presentations. We kicked off with Regional Vice President Mr. Vishnu Ramal. We had Platinum Regional Vice President Mr. Rao Kankatala. Of course, Mr. Sanjay Pandey did his first presentation as well, which was a remarkable effort, great job. Of course, we've just had Rupinder Bantra, and what would any international event be without some key golden nuggets from our co-founder, Mr. Mark Coopers. Please help me give him a hand.